Hello everybody, RocketPoweredApe here, bringing you another episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Let's get this thing rolling with the Mahjong Parlor! Alright, old lady, what you got for me today? Kindly's place reeks of stale cigar smoke and fresh urine. The clinking of mahjong tiles is strangely absent. In its place is a low murmur of laughter and an air of eager anticipation. All eyes are focused on the groaning figure, kneeling bloody and bound at the feet of Kindly Cheng. She beckons to him with a finger, and he struggles towards her, the loud rustling of the plastic tarp crackling under his knees as he moves. His pants are wet with fear. And a acetylene torch lies on the table at Cheng's right hand. Kindly Cheng ignores the scene and behaves as... How did you sleep, my little ones? Like a baby, Auntie. I'm still in the afterglow of our tour of the walled city. Not too well, Auntie Cheng. I had a bad dream. Fine, thanks. What's with the guy on the floor? Not too well, Auntie Cheng. I had a bad dream. You register a brief hesitation before he responds. You poor darling. Perhaps it's the food here. I understand it can be a bit too spicy for outsiders. Still, a bad dream is a better way to spend the night than getting a bullet in the ear while you sleep. She flicks the mahjong tile at the kneeling man's head. Wouldn't you agree, shitbird? She indicates the kneeling man with an incline of her nose. Shitbird here is a plainclothes cop. Excuse me. My mouth was getting a little dry there. He snuck into the area last night while you were sleeping, hopefully to find you and kill you before his competition got to you first. Can I put the bullet in his brain? My men found him outside the trawler you were sleeping on. They saw to it that your rest was undisturbed, that your location remained mystery. Good. She nods his head back to the pillar of meat standing behind her. You can thank Bao for that. Nod to Strangler. Bao, thank you for guaranteeing our safety, Mr. Bao. Nod to Strangler. Bao. Bao inclines his head 1/4 of an inch. She addresses the bloody man on his knees. Now, shitbird, tell my friends here what you told me. I don't know anything, I swear. I just got the orders last night. He pushed his head towards you and Wu from the floor, struggling to keep his balance. Somebody high up wants these two dead. The whole department is on it. I don't know anything else. Someone from high up. The old woman lifts her foot, taps the chin with the toe of her shoe. How high? Cop looks up at her, looks around the room, filled with triad soldiers. One of them opens his coat and shows... Cop something inside. He closes it and slowly winks. All the way up! It's someone on the council! Okay. Someone on the executive council wants these two dead? Cheng spits on him with a sneer. Fuck your ancestors to the 18th generation. Give me the truth! Cop, where's the spittle? He never lifts his head. It's the truth, madam, I swear. Yeah, I'd believe him with how convoluted this friggin' conspiracy is. Whatever it was, labeled them as terrorists. We're here to terminate with extreme prejudice. Kindly Cheng shuffles closer to the kneeling cop, reaches down and strokes his head with her hand. Then she slowly digs her fingers into his scalp. She pulls back hard until his chin points high. The triad boss leans in close and searches his eyes with her own. That's all he's got. She lets go of his head and smooths his buzz-cut hair with her hand. For whatever reason, last night someone on the Executive Council of the Free Enterprise Zone ordered the Hong Kong police force to kill 2 nobodies from Seattle. I find that fascinating, don't you? Not really. Corporations can just order the cops to kill people here. Yes, but why do you need to label us for internal terrorists? I call that some messed up shit. Seattle isn't like Hong Kong there. There, the megacorps control the government. Here, the corps are the government. Huh. So it's basically the feudal era all over again. Gotcha. Okay. Only, continent-wide instead of... whatever. You see what I'm getting at. It's basically the feudal era from Japan on a much larger scale. The Exec Council is chosen by the Corporate Board of Governors. They're basically the legislative, executive branches of the Hong Kong government in one tiny package. 8 people call the shots. Neat and efficient. Yep. Either that or like the Palace of Versailles. That'd be another good comparison. It'd be like the Palace of Versailles, because they had all the fucking people in one spot, and they were calling the shots, and they were just as disconnected from reality as these string pullers seem to be. So yeah, no, maybe medieval France is a better comparison. Anyway, moving on. Kindly Cheng steps back from the cop and lights one of her thin black cigars. For the wage slaves and the civilian sheep, the corporations are a pantheon of gods who wield absolute power. She looks around the room, but not for us. The triad woman takes a long pull from her cigar and taps the ash on the kneeling cop's head. Who else knows about my guest's visit to Haoi, shitbird? No one, madam! I hadn't called it in yet! I wanted the kill for myself. No one knows they're here, I swear it! Mr. Bao? Bao fiddles with the PDA in his meaty hands. He's telling the truth. No outgoing calls on his PDA. Very good. Thank you, Bao. She nods to the cop. Thank you for your honesty. In one smooth motion, Strangler Bao produces a silenced pistol, fires it once into the policeman's head, and replaces it in his jacket. Fuck you, Bao. I wanted to do that. His face never changed his expression. Looks like the triads can be just sufficient. I was wondering what we were going to do with them. He knew, my darling. He knew. She balances her cigar on her shot glass, picks up some mahjong tiles, and begins playing with them absently. It is clear our friend Raymond Black was up to something involving the walled city. Something having to do with prosperity. And this executive council member wanted Raymond dead for it. She stacks her tiles one by one, click-clack. Now they want you dead for it too, click. Plastic-faced man may show up on your door one day too. She knocks the pile over, and it clatters to the table loudly. I have a proposal for you, my sweets. A smile lights up her dead black eyes. Work for me. About friggin' time! Hey, is the magic vendor gonna show up now? With Nightjar and Gutshot dead, I find myself 2 job openings. Failed them. I have need of deniable assets here. Players unaffiliated with the triads who can take care of some of the more unsavory business needs about town. You have proven yourselves resourceful, and you have no existing connections here. That can be a positive in this line of work. See, Duncan, I knew it. She wants us to become Shadowrunners. Yep, you saw that coming. In exchange, I will keep you safe from pests like this one. She nods at the body on the floor. The pool of blood on the plastic wrap continues to widen. You will have a safe harbor here in my town and a steady source of income. She picks up a handful of tiles again. And while you dip your toe into the waters of corporate espionage, organized crime, and clandestine mercenary actions, I will employ my network to find plastic-faced men and gather information about Raymond Black. Where he's been, who he's talked to, who stood to gain from his death, and what this prosperity could be. That's in for you. You're putting out a lot of effort to help a pair of foreigners. Not foreigners, my sweet, valued business associates. I need to learn who killed one of my clients and then ordered the cops to execute my team of Shadowrunners. Her voice drops and she becomes deadly serious. This is brazen disregard of my power. Face dictates it must be confronted, or I stand to lose everything. We need to find out who killed Raymond and why. And we shall, my sweet. She leans in. Work with me, allow me to help you make money, let my network work for you, and help you out what you've got, and help you find out what you've gotten yourselves into. Without my help, you won't last a day out there. You are completely out of your depth, I'm afraid. You need a partner. Kindly, Cheng will be your partner. Wu's hands go to his hips. He drops his head and shakes a little, amused. It was just like you said, Tracer, Shadowrunners. Glad I had some time to think about it. Process. He grips the back of his neck, squeezes hard, rips his hands away. Ah, fuck it, I'm not a cop anymore. That guy's dead. He nods. The decision's made. I'm in. What about you? Good money. I'm in until I'm gonna... Let's run in the shadows and figure out what happened to him. There we go. Raymond is alive, I'm sure of it. So I'll run in the shadows as long as Auntie Cheng here keeps up her end of the bargain and helps us figure out what really happened to him. Then I'm gonna find my father. Then it's done. Haoi is now open to you. Good! She gestures to her lieutenant, who waves a finger to her ear and whispers into her sleeve. First order of business, RocketPoweredApe here has already chosen a street name. She turns her attention to Wu. But Duncan Wu doesn't exist anymore. You'll need one too. Wu sighs. Yeah, okay, I'll think of something. Gobbet turns her cheek against the rats, a glint in her eye. I think we've already got that covered. Got you covered, gun show. She turns to Isabel. Fits, doesn't it? Indeed. I knew that was gonna stick. Yep, let's go, gun show! Time to go shopping! Please? Is it time to go shopping? Because I actually really want to go shopping. It has stuck. In fact, if you played the pen and paper game, shopping's one of the best parts about Shadowrun. Seriously. Not even being ironic about that. If you love shopping, play Shadowrun. And I don't mean that Like, in a bad way at all. There's some awesome stuff you can buy in Shadowrun. Some awesome stuff. Gobbet, Isabel, we'll handle this the same way we did with all of your previous work. She didn't say Nightjar. All the jobs I line up for you will be sent to your computer in the squat boat. She's pointing at you. I got it! Why him? It's simple process of elimination. She points to the little decker. Isabel isn't the leader type. You got that right. She moves her finger to the orc girl. As for Gobbet, let's just say Gobbet doesn't have a head for business. Not my thing. Then she rests her finger on Woo. And then there's Gunshow. She goes, the jury's out on Mr. Gunshow, meaning her response is direct, straightforward. Meaning there's a lot going on with you, that head of yours right now. Slow down, Ape! Meaning there's a lot going on with that head of yours right now, and I'm not sure I can trust you. So I'm in charge because I'm the best of the worst. Oh, my sweet, don't put it that way. She opens her arm. You're the most equipped for the role! Yeah, I'm the best of the worst. She's making sense. You're the right person for this, Tracer. Okay then, guess I'm running the show. Wu shakes his head, eyebrows raised. Gonna be weird calling you Rocket-Powered Ape again. Haven't called you that since we were kids. Gobbet looks from Isabel to Wu to you. I guess this is our new crew. A rat on her shoulder scurries to the top of her head for a better view. Welcome to the shadows, Rocket-Powered Ape. Yay! Okay, activate the mission computer. I will worry about that later. Seriously. As you lead your team through the shadows, your companions will continue to develop and learn new combat skills. Clicking the icon in the lower right-hand corner of the screen will open the crew advancement menu. When this icon is highlighted, one or more of your companions is eligible to learn a new combat skill. At each advancement level, you may choose one of 2 possible combat skills for your runners. Choose wisely! Okay, yeah, they had this in Dragonfall. Basically, it gives you extra bonuses based on... like, just extra bonuses for your Shadowrunners and whatnot. Ah, yes! Yes! Magic Store! Magic Store! Magic Store! Magic Store! Magic Store! Crafty Zoo! He is my magic seller! A mild, sweet scent. A mild scent, sweet and slightly herbal, is the first thing you notice upon entering the old shop. Yes! Yes, this looks like a Magic Man shop. Please have my spell. Its quarters are cramped, made smaller by the display cases and furniture packed inside. The walls are lined with bookshelves, and the tables and chairs are stacked with old tomes. A few titles jump out at you. Lucid Dreaming, an exploration of the inner self. Dream Logic, Nocturnal Visitations. Overall, the place feels lived in, if disorganized. Not quite cluttered, but close. Milling at the front of the store is the shopkeeper. Lost in a book of her own, she's tall for a human, probably close to 2 meters in height. Her physique is typical bookworm. Not overweight, but you can't see any muscular definition either. A wraparound tattoo covers her upper arms and shoulders, but from where you're standing, you can't quite make it out. She fidgets gradually. Her eyes rise from her book and lock onto you. Crafty Zoo. Welcome. Don't believe I've seen you before. She sets down her book and swaps the strand. Black and pink hair behind her ear. Name's Crafty. Rocket-Powered Ape. Nice to meet you. She shakes her head. Surprisingly, she shakes your... No, Ape. People do not shake your head. They shake your hand. She shakes my hand. Her grip is surprisingly firm. Alright, so, Rocket-Powered Ape, what can I do for you? I've got spells, alchemical reagents, foci, whatever you want. Really, you might have to do with some digging to find it, but if it's magical, it's around here somewhere. I'd like to see your wares. Yes, please! Powerbolt! Powerbolt! Yay! Finally! Finally! Powerbolt! Confirm! Powerbolt! Yay! Okay, confirm. I'd like to see your wares. Alright, what else you got? Okay, sell items. Goodbye, machete! I don't need you anymore! Alright, shaman, let's see. Outfits. What outfits does she have? Just the ritual card. Ritual guard. Ritual garb, don't really need that. Weapons. Acid bolt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the basic one for conjurers. Which, yeah. Which is pretty cool. Okay. Still prefer being an actual, like, mage, though, because I don't really, like I discussed back in the first episode, summoning's fine in Shadowrun, like, it's great and all. I just personally don't like using it, because the friggin' summons can turn on you and beat the crap out of you. But it's definitely worth it. Like, you can use the summons to tank up damage or burst deck. They're summons. You know what summons are for. They're in lots of games. They pop in and they help. Enough said. Alright, so, lightning bolts, heal wound, mana ball. Okay, so let's start with heal wound. Confirm. Okay. Heal wound, lightning ball. My outfit is shitty. Okay. Yeah. Confirm. Like to see your wares. Alright, now how much Nuyen do I still have? 989. I don't really want to... Magical explosion that pierces up to 2 armor. A bolt of lightning that targets a single enemy and also does -1 action point. That's actually very useful. Target ignores all enemies. Last 2 rounds. Mind wipe is also a really useful one. But... Thanks, Crafty! First, I go talk to the other guy to see if I can buy a better cyber deck. Okay, where's the Decker dude? Are you the Decker dude? Because I see... Can I talk to you? You're Gin. Or Jin. You're Jin, okay. As you approach the small line, you see 3 men, 2 elders, and a younger man hunched over a go-board! Juxtaposition of 2 white-haired, white-bearded men and black-haired man is almost comical. Together the 3 resemble small black and white stones of their game. Despite the variety of ambient distractions, the 3 men remain acutely focused on the game. One of the elders, a round-faced man with a beatific smile, carefully picks up the black stone, places it on the board. His opponent snorts, and a small smile flashes across his long face. Almost carelessly, he snatches up a white stone and deposits it on the board. The smiling man groans, and the long-faced one proceeds to collect several black pieces off the board. Ha ha ha, somebody just got schooled. Ah, you got me there, Jin. He laughs, a pleasant, full sound. As it trails off, he spots you watching the game. A broad smile brightens to his cheeks. Why, hello there, young man. Something you need? Long-faced man gives you a curious look, continues to collect black stones. Just a gawker shoe. It's your turn. Name's RocketPoweredApe. I got a second for a question? I could use a short break. How about you, Jin? Jin sighs, shoulder slumping forward. After a moment of scowling, he reluctantly speaks. Fine, a short break. The 2 elders lean toward the younger man. He looks to be in his early 30s, but it's difficult to tell. The skin on his face is smooth and supple, with only the suggestions of creases at the eye, mouth, and forehead. But small gestures, a blink, a flare of his nostrils, briefly reveal the lines of his face. The man's eyes rise from the go-board and study his elders. He nods. Been having strange dreams recently. I hear that it happens around here. 3 men exchange looks. Shoot, what a coincidence. Wasn't but an hour ago that we were all discussing that very thing. We've been having bad dreams, every one of us. Interesting. You mind sharing? What makes you think that we'd be comfortable sharing our dreams with a complete stranger? Seems like a good way to get yourself into trouble, especially with what you kids can do with the Matrix you all love so much. He turns his head, pretends to spit. Heh! Don't mind him, he's always been a poor sport. But he raises a good point. Some of our dreams contain information best left private, just as yours do. I'm sure, having just met, how can we be sure that you'll respect our personal information? I'll tell you. The younger man's voice cuts through the din like a razor, and the elders fall silent. He turns to you and he looks, and he locks his eyes, dark orbs that burn with piercing scrutiny onto yours. He nods and returns his gaze to the go-board. I believe you're trustworthy. Please, RocketPoweredApe. Make yourself comfortable. I'll share my dream with you. I'm listening. He exhales slowly and begins speaking. I dreamed of a long, dingy hall. When faced with such a thing, one generally walks its length, so I lifted my right foot and placed it in front of me, but upon taking the first step, I found myself instead drawn down an alleyway to my left. I wasn't there before the alley. It appeared only as began to walk. Okay. As I moved down the alley, I found myself surrounded by friends and loved ones. They all stood there, silently watching me with smiles on their faces. And as I passed each one of them, they fell to the ground in my wake, dropping like puppets with severed strings. Oh, that's creepy. Somehow I knew that if I followed this road to the end, I could have everything I ever dreamed of, but I woke before I could reach it. He folds his hands in his lap. There's a moment of silence before Shiyu speaks up. The rosiness of his cheeks having drained away, I too saw the long hall. My own experience was different, however. The hall was far off in the distance, and I was looking down on it from a strange angle, as though I were perched on a wall high above. Is that a joke about this game being isometric? You know, young man, ape, rocket-powered ape, I might just... I'll decide later. Maybe I'll just shorten it to ape, but whatever. Anyways, young man, rocket-powered ape, you look very much like the person I saw walking that hall. He moved steadily down the path, walking at an even pace, and just behind him, a great and terrible shadow followed. Okay, I'm listening to this guy. He knows what's up. Of course, I didn't have the best view up there on that wall, or wherever I was. It could have been anyone. Perhaps the old mind of mine is seeing your face now and misremembering the dream. He lets out a chuckle. A small flush of red returns to his cheeks. He looks over at Jin. All right, Jin, go ahead. Jin broods in his corner, arms crossed, and draws out. I've changed my mind. I don't want to share my dream. Nonsense. Master Lau and I both told him our dreams. Now it's your turn. No! It's fine. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. He holds his palm up towards you and looks at you. See? Straight from the horse's mouth. I don't have to. Jin, Lau's voice is firm but soft. This is important. Jin's mouth opens and closes like a gasping fish, but he looks at Lau. His body relaxes, and a sadness seems to take hold of his features. All right. But don't go repeating any of this. You hear me? He takes in a deep breath and slowly releases it, folds his hands in his lap. My dream began as a nightmare. I dreamed of the failures and mistakes that I've made throughout my life. The people I've let down, the competitors I've crushed, the wife who died in hospice without me. I dreamed of the family I abandoned. A change comes over him. His eyes brighten and he continues energetically. But then! I dreamed of the walled city. I stood before it, and its door opened to me, and when I passed inside, all of my guilt felt away. It was as though the city had absolved me, had washed away my guilt, and I remember feeling happy. Okay. As his remembrance ends, so does the lightened mood. His face shrinks into a pout, and he stares grumpily at the ground. There, I did it. You happy? Lau now nods slowly. Thank you, Jin. You have my thanks, too. Yeah. Now, can we change the subject? My ulcer's acting up. I'm guessing that you've been around these parts longer than I have. Is this sort of thing normal? If it were normal, we wouldn't be huddled around discussing them in whispers now, would we? Enough of that, Jin. Rocket-powered ape here asked in earnest for advice. He deserves a proper response. Shiyu gives you a gentle smile. Please forgive our friend. Bitter years have left him suspicious of others. The answer to your question is no. Upsetting dreams have never been uncommon in Heioi, but these recent visitations have been different. They've been darker, more vivid, stronger than normal dreams. Last night I felt consumed by the sense that something was coming, while my friends here felt a sense of relief and excitement as their dreams ended. I felt as though I were sitting on the precipice of some vast and terrible chasm, with the void yawning beneath my feet. Suddenly his cheeks flush, he blinks twice, then looks away. But perhaps these are just the ramblings of an old man. Please forgive me. He scratches his nose, embarrassed. You speak wisely, Shiyu. It is foolish to embrace a thing that you do not understand. What Gin and I saw in our dreams was alluring, but so is the light to a moth. Your instincts are still strong and sharp, my old friend. It is wise of you to trust them. Shiyu bows deeply, his eyes to the ground. Thank you. I can only hope these dreams do lead to something beautiful. There's already enough deception in this world. Jin groans loudly. Can we get back to the game now? I don't want to keep you. Of course. Stop by again sometime soon, Rocket-powered ape. Your company has been refreshing. Thanks. Good luck with your game. Appreciated, young man. We'll be seeing you. Alright. Was this the guy that sold the drones? Because he might also be the one who sells the cyberdecks. Drones. A few coordinates, blah blah blah. Yeah, hey there, beautiful. Welcome to our... You have a discerning look for you. What brings you? I'm interested in combat battles. Reliable. Matthew looks over his shoulder and scared of drones. Heavy cannibal. I turns back to you. Funny. You should have asked. I've just got Dorman. Shall we take a look? Yes. Let's take a look at the security drones. All of them. Drones, outfits. Ah, cool. Okay, consumables. No, this guy does not have cyberdecks. Goodbye! There's bound to be a cyberdeck guy around here somewhere. Also, let's check this out. Alright, do I want... Let's go... Increasing range combat skill and SMG specialization by 1. 2 rounds. Territoriality. Confirm. Sabotage. Gain program. Tar Blaster. No, I'll be working on. Isabel's grenade launcher can now fire remote mines. Isabel gains the Tar Blaster 1.0 program, and there's a blaster that also sticks enemies in place for 1 round. Well, I'm the decker, so I'm going to grab Sabotage. Okay, crowd control. Tucker gains a rifle ability that does 2 AP damage and imbalances targets. Okay. It gains an assault rifle ability that fires a single shot of incendiary ammo. Does an additional 2 damage and pierces up 2 armor. Costs 1 AP, cooldown 2. This ability cannot do critical damage, making them easier to hit on. Ooh. Now those are some... That's a hard choice. Oh, man. Gonna have to go with crowd control. Yeah. But that was a tough one. Those are both really good choices. Alright, what's that? Yeah, gimme. Alright. Cyberdeck guy. Okay, magic guy over there. There's nobody here. That's the name of the boat. Law's Techno Palace. It hums and flickers, stabbing your eyes, filling under the baleful glare. Rusty mini barges deck is stacked with electronics. Dilapidated stereos, ranks of discs, memory chips. Okay, this guy's a decker. A short human with in his late 20s stands by in the middle, hands on his hips, talking loudly into the air. Bulky virtual reality goggles. Okay, yeah. No, I'm telling you, his voice is still. Nobody uses KM3s. Like, nobody. They're shit. I don't care what Dang says if SP uses KM3s. They're stupid. Hey, flesh is rolling up. I gotta go. I ripped that PDA. You worked for kindly. Oh, okay. I have to duct tape points at your PDA. Yay, okay, yeah. Slips working patiently. Yo, what do you want? Who are you? Who am I? You're new here. I get it. You don't know about me yet, but you will. I'm one of the guys that keeps the neighborhood running. This is Law's Technology Palace, satellite territory of Whampoa. You step on the boat, you're in a sovereign state. I represent Whampoa here. I'm Maximum Law. He draws himself up proudly, setting his hands on the hips. The Maximum Law, yo! I like this guy. You got a tech problem? Boom, I solve it. You need software? Boom, done! You don't waste any time, but don't waste any time. So, you got any business with Wampa right now? If not, keep moving. Simpsons ship. Found this hole poking around in Walled City. Worth anything? He scans the chips easing. Yo, this shit is banned! Lifted off some Yellow Lotus? They traffic this stuff. Delimited sim chips, full sensory experiences. You looking for a buyer? I can make it happen. How's 120 sound? Sure, take it. Hope it finds a good home. But these Calhoots can send you for a trip. Don't worry, I can handle my sims. That was an amazingly ostentatious holo sign you have. Why are you wearing VR goggles? He's a decker! And I'm a decker. I wouldn't ask that. Looks like you've got dangerously exposed wires over here. I'm here for tech. Show me what you got. Yes! Alright, Okay, cool. Have this already. I'm gonna buy this. Confirm. Alright. Get this. Swap by the thing. Confirm! I'm here for tech. Show me what you got. Sell items. Sell my old deck. equipment. Simple, magically prepared to summon heals 4 base HP and further 4 HP per round for 3 rounds. Okay, so it's a heal over time. That's going to be very useful, but on the other hand, 37 new yen might... No. No, okay, sell. Alright. So yeah, got some new cyber deck. Boost, suppression. Suppression! Reduces system trace by... Okay, yeah. There we go. Confirm! Suppression. Suppression's a good one to get, because if I get spotted in the Matrix, I can use suppression to stop the big bad guys, the big badass guys from coming out. Alright, confirm. Yeah, confirm. Alright, let's talk to this guy a bit. It's an amazingly ostentatious hollow sign you have. Yo! Maximum Law looks up at the gigantic blue-white layers in deep satisfaction. It's pretty, boss! Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree. I like your sign. That must cost you a small fortune. That thing gives me a headache from... That must thing... Whatever, I'm not paying for it. Half of Hayway gets his juice from a pirate tap on a big Mitsubishi DC cable under the river. Mitsubashi's like... His voice winds up into a mocking whine. Oh, let's run 2 million volts from the cold fusion plant to the island under the river. Those slum monkeys can't tap an underwater cable. Idiots. You know who built the tap that pulls electricity off the cable? Wampoa! You know whose barge holds the transformer? Mine! Maximum Law thrusts his fist in the air in silent victory. Cheap power for all, and a whole lot of extra for me. Behold the lighthouse of Boom! Yeah, I like this guy. Ah, screw it, I'm gonna ask him. Why are you wearing the goggles? It's not VR, it's augmented reality. Oh, okay. We're pioneering it. Oh yeah, because this is, like, Shadowrun is like the 90s vision of the future, kind of. So the original things were written before augmented reality becomes a thing, so this is actually really cool. Like, augmented reality is becoming a thing in-universe in Shadowrun. I like this. This is cool. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's explaining augmented reality. Cool. I've got a command shell open right now. I'm networked with 5 guys. Wave of the future. Decking 3. Augmented reality, I hear a lot of corps are experimenting with it, but not in such a socially invasive way. Yeah, Shiawai's, Fishi, Renraku, a couple others. Oh, Renraku's gonna be invasive with it. Renraku's invasive all over the place. Well, when they're not being introverted weirdos, that is. Anyways, some of us took a look at what they're doing. Their whole approach is flawed. They won't get anywhere. You guys looked at everything and multiple megacorps are doing? Yep, corps can't think like us. They're paper tigers inside all that money and organization. Their systems run by idiots. Their coders lack perspective, no complexity of thinking. The system prevents it. Law says it with a supreme confidence, a statement of perfect fact. Boom! Looks like you've got some dangerously exposed wires over there. I'm here for some... Yeah, looks like you got some... Yeah? What are you, my mother? Law regards you with a skeptical disgust. Those wires are fine where they are, high and dry. They're only a problem for someone who does something stupid. I'm running a high-bandwidth tech operation. Do I look like I have the time to tape copper and sip tea? No, I don't. Law rasps his knuckles fiercely on the clear-topped case full of buses, cables, and cable harnesses. These are the only wires you need to think about. I'm here for tech. See you later, Law. Yeah, whatever. Uh-huh. You know, Law, I could probably fix those wires for you. I'm pretty handy with a wrench myself. Alright, let's see here. I got some points to spend. Spend karma. Charisma. 5, 6. I need 11. But I don't want to quite move on to that just yet. Need 10 for both that. Think it might be time to start saving up my points. Unless mark target 2 increases your chance to hit enemies by 15% when used. Rounds bonus hit points received when using a med kit. Okay, I think. Or no, I don't want that. And I also don't want ranks in cyberware affinity, but I might want to crank up my body a bit more. Although... Oh, wait, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so go... 5, 6, 7, 8... No, wait, that wasn't it. Where'd it go? Wisdom... Intelligence... yeah, let's go this. And... Do I want up my willpower right now, or do I want to do something else? I want to kind of... Quickness. Well, I want to grab another level of dodge. And... Okay, yeah. I'm going to grab another level of dodge. I'm going to up my... Should I up my biotech? Not quite yet, maybe? Intelligence, charisma... ESP control... Biotech. Or I could dodge... Five... Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna level up my biotech one more time. Get it up to 3, because that'll be a big help later. And then after this, like, next step, I'm gonna start... Like, next time I level, get some points, enough points... Trollth Mubble! Yeah, next time I get some points, I'm gonna up one of my base stats, probably my intelligence... No. Next time or wait. This rank's beyond your current willpower. Yeah. Okay, yeah, next time I level up, I up my willpower, then I up my spellcasting a bit, and then I just kind of raise those two in tandem. This is beyond the maximum for elves. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because I probably won't even reach the maximum. But yeah. Yeah, there we go. Confirm. Alright. And... yeah. Well... Ape's search for basic equipment is over, ladies and gentlemen! Cheer! Celebrate! Raise your hands in the air and all that stuff. And as for me, I will catch you guys next time.